All right, back down here in the Chiefs pit, we're in the back now with the 74. Timmy's doing a restoration with Travis and Will and several others, and they have questions about stuff that keeps coming up. So they'll say, hey, where's that rule book for 74, or where's them specs on this and that? So we'll get to looking, and all three of us will get to going through the papers and looking. But we got a collection of rule books, so it's kind of easy at times. But Will and Travis, they kept asking for the rule book, so we brought it out here. And I think, what was they looking for, the placement of the fuel cell or something? Ain't that what they was looking for?
Oh yeah, and also some of the chassis stuff we didn't really understand. We was just trying to get a handle on how they would or wouldn't do it
Well, anyway,
per rules.
we just got to looking around. We got a lot of rule books, and it goes back from the very first one, 1949, and it's kind of cool to me to see it's not really that much
Awfully
rules.
thin, ain't it? Awfully thin.
But as the time went on, they started adding more rules and this and that. But in the early days, it was
Well, in reality, don't
Stop.
the competitors write the rule book by doing stuff that ain't?
I was trying to think if
by challenging them.
you was
Yep.
ever involved with like rewriting the rule or something.
Right.
I don't think we were.
Well, as time went on and things that they would do, the NASCAR would add to the rule book, like you
Yep.
said. So it's kind of neat how it progressed. But we got some stuff going up to 2000. I believe in today's times they don't even
that one?
supply a rule book, do they? Don't it just?
It's on. I guess it's on the computer.
It's online. But here was a thing here that I was looking at that I thought was kind of neat that they added to it, because it was just the 49 is just talking about the rules of the cars and the cars that are eligible, and maybe they don't have a little thing about the points.
Yeah.
How they gonna run the points?
Yeah.
But here, and this kind of neat for us because grandfather, 1954, there's a section 10 of speed trials. So it's telling you how they're gonna run the speed trials, which speed trials were on the beach, and they'd run
The measured mile.
the measured mile. That's what I'm trying to say. They'd run one way and then they'd have to back it up. But anyway, it's got three paragraphs about the speed trials.
Huh.
And it says, all speed trials for the sanction of certification are to be made, shall be run on a measured course and shall be timed with an approved timing device. All speed trials for which sanctions and certifications are to be made shall be run both ways on the course within 1 hour of the average speed to be taken as official. So what that was doing, you couldn't let it cool off to get a faster run. So it's trying to keep it
Yeah.
the same.
But one way was on pavement, one way on the beach, right?
Right, yeah.
Or did they do both on the beach?
It's all on the beach.
Okay.
Because it was the measured mile. And then it says conditions will be approved by NASCAR. But it's like when we went to Bonneville and run, you had to back up your run. You had to
Right.
make 2 runs. That's what they're telling you there. You got to make 2 runs within the hour. So I thought that was kind of neat. Did you?
I hadn't seen that one.
And as time went on, that's 54, right? And then, the rules would get a little bit more here and there. But then also, as I was looking for my envelope, they'd make revisions to the rule book as during the year, and they'd send you little mailers and stuff, and it would change the rules as they seem fit. But,
Well, it started out with only 15 and 49.
15 rules.
Yeah,
15
basic
paragraphs.
rules. And a lot of this was about the point standing from the year before.
Now here's 66, and they've printed the rule book, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they've had to make an adjustment on the cover because it was talking about the grills, no die-cast grills permitted.
Oh, they'd already added something to
Yeah,
it.
so before the printing got done, they already changed the rules. So I thought that was pretty cool. And, it's
Interesting.
there's some neat little rule books and things there. And then it also, when you'd get your membership, you'd get your rule book, your pen,
Oh, yeah.
your sticker, like for the year, here's a 51 NASCAR official member, and you'd get the record book for the year before, right? Or the previous year. And,
Oh, yeah, these,
but here's the record book for 1950. So this has been the first year, 49 season. And I always thought that was kind of cool.
yeah, and obviously, like I'm looking here, it's got everything in it, like modifieds,
Yeah.
Grand National, everything.
And it gives like a little rundown of each driver and each thing. But this is the very first year, 1950 record book. So this is their yearbook. So this would have been for the 49 season. So anyway, hey, that one right there, I think it was that one. Which one? Oh yeah, this one. This we're gonna ramble here. I'm gonna ramble here.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's got on there. It's telling about that
Oh,
trophy.
the PA Sturban.
Yeah, the daddy won a couple of those, but it gives you the history of that.
It's got his name right there.
Yeah. Oh, it is Grand National. Exactly right. 64 Mechanic of the Year. So anyway, he won a couple of them, and that explains what the trophy is. You can see one of these in the Hall of Fame, and you can see one of them in our museum down here, right?
Yes.
And what was you was going to bring up a good friend of ours, what he said about rule books?
Oh, Fred Winky.
I'll let Mark tell it.
True.
We don't have to get too in depth.
No, he pretty much just said throw them out in the big blue pail.
We're not going to police ourselves.
That's it. And I can't say he was wrong. He ain't wrong.
Throw it in a big blue pail.
Yep.
So, well,
But I mean, you can still look at some of this stuff.
it's still
changed.
relevant.
Yeah.
It's still relevant. And then as he got into these right here, like in the 70s and then late 70s, 78, they would have the diagrams how to build the roll cages and the fuel cans, window nets. So there was a lot of information in here. But see, NASCAR racing has changed so much. Used to, you could have a garage in your backyard and build a car and go to Daytona and run with everybody. So this was pretty relevant how to manufacture the cars. Now everything has to be bought and approved from vendors. That you can't really
Yeah, I
build
don't know
your
how it
own.
works now. Yeah, but it ain't like it was then by no means.
Yeah, this is just showing you the progression. But the neat thing to me always, when I was a kid, didn't understand it, still don't understand most of it, but the diagrams and stuff, I'd sit there and just get mesmerized by all the diagrams, wouldn't you?
You know, I enjoyed looking at it, that's for sure.
And, these are just some neat little things here, and we enjoy looking at it.
I can remember Daddy telling us to go in there and read if you had a question about it, and then try to interpret it in your way, and then you talk about it. He'd kind of get mad because we'd be doing stuff. Well, have you've not even read the rule book yet?
Right.
Right.
But we'd have to go read it, and I don't know if I really ever understood it either way.
Well,
just try to do it the best you could.
as time went on, and they always said there was a lot of gray area in the rule books, and they would try to,
Which they've kind of gotten rid of that
right,
nowadays.
but it left a lot of interpretation for different teams, so it made it really fun. And Daddy always said he was blessed to have grew up and worked in the era he did, because he really enjoyed trying to figure out the rule book and find that gray area, didn't he?
Well, yeah, and you gotta think that when they started working on cars, it goes back to wherever that first one was. There was just a few rules.
Yeah.
And then as you got all the way up to here, it's thicker. But they knew every rule and built a car every year, so
I believe it was 54 on
and
the
they probably
beach course.
probably know them by heart.
I believe it was 54 on the beach course, and grandfather ended up winning the race. But didn't Tim Flock win the race, and they throw him out for a camshaft?
Because, no, it was a carburetor. They did something to the carburetor.
Okay, well,
It was like they soldered something that you weren't supposed to.
but it was against stock.
Anything that was ever blatant back then, they'd call you out on.
Right. So,
And I think Lee got a race pulled from him a year or two later on that same beach course deal.
yeah.
Whoever was the guy doing it, he was Iron Fist.
Johnny Brenner or something
I
like
don't
that.
remember who. Well, wouldn't know him anyway.
Well, I didn't know them either. I just remember some of the names. But yeah, they were. If it wasn't stock specs, man, they would toss you. And as time went on, you could kind of, they would allow racing parts in and stuff, and the gray area got grayer, didn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And then when you we've done a little episode on the restrictor plates, and I mean that really got into some gray area stuff, and there was a lot of rules written around that particular era.
Well, and then
from
we
my
got into
knowledge.
the 90s and stuff. We got into cambered rear ends and stuff. So they had to recreate rules for how much camber you could put in the rear end.
But and it comes back, like I said, the competitors basically write the rule book by
Right.
the things
Things that
they
they do.
or they did write the rule
The
book.
innovations.
Yep. Yeah.
But like I said, they've pretty much put the kibosh on all that stuff, because you buy all this stuff from other vendors, like Mark said earlier.
Well, but it's after 75 years of seeing everybody's tricks and
Ooh,
this, that, and other,
I can't
Yeah.
believe when I, go to a race and see that everything that they control, I mean, there's really nothing, there is no gray area no more, really.
I don't know.
it's
Yeah.
very fine if it is.
It is, isn't
Yeah.
it? Well, kind of glad I don't have to deal with it no more.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad I
You're
don't.
still in it a little bit, but
Yeah,
But
but
we ain't gotta
that's
figure
way
it out
beyond
like
me,
that.
just as long as you do the stuff within the engine
Oh,
rules.
there's one of the
oh, the
decals that come with the
50
rule book.
50 years, that's from 2000.
Yeah,
98,
98, yep.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna pack it up, because I think we're fixing to go do a road trip. We're gonna invite you to check back with us next week. We've got some big news for you. Appreciate you checking in, like and subscribe. Thanks.